What's up, everyone? It's Saul here with another SAT Solved Live. It's been a long time, so welcome to the stream, everyone that's watching. Today, I'll be going over the new SAT that just came out, the SAT practice tests that came out. SAT practice tests 7 through 10 just came out about a week ago, and I'll be solving practice test number 7 on the Blue Book app. I have never seen this test before, so you'll be able to see how I work through these problems even when I don't know what the answers are and when I'm not sure if even the answer I'm choosing is the right answer. If you're lucky, you'll even get to see me make a mistake and see if I actually recover from that mistake. If that happens, please do not spoil the answer for me. Don't tell me the answer in the chat. That would mess things up. Okay, just let me make my mistake. If you are watching this as a live stream, like Vikshar and AP Tech, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. You can just chat and respond and react in real time during the stream, but I won't actually reply to most of your chats. I might just do quick shouts out, but I won't really do full-on replies until the break. I'll be taking a break during the in between the modules and at the very end. If you are watching this as a replay, by the way, for any of you sort of latecomers, you can actually look at my video description down here, right? Click on the video description and you'll find my keyboard shortcuts for YouTube to speed up, slow down, and skip the chapters. Also, there is a small chance that for whatever reason the College Board reused like questions from the SSQB, which is the SAT Suite question bank, and they might have reused them in this test. If that's the case, then there is a chance that I've seen some of these questions before. The main thing is that for you to know is that I didn't really seriously review those questions, so I don't really know for sure like all the answers to these. I might have seen them, but I might not have really hyper analyzed them or anything like that. So on the one hand, there's a small chance that for some of these questions, it's not really a pure experience. But on the other hand, I'm just like, it's still kind of like a first look kind of experience. Okay, so just be aware of that situation. I'm not gonna always call out which questions I've seen before or not, because I feel like it just drags the stream down. But just know that there's a possibility I have seen some of these questions before. All right, so that's that. Let me just do a quick skim on chat, but it looks like people are just chatting. So hey, let's switch over to practice test 7 and trying to figure out why my window is not showing. So let me tinker with this. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna unplug, replug, but this cable has been sort of failing me recently, which is kind of annoying. Let me see if I can just make it work. Okay, give me a sec. So some of you guys have not taken practice test 7 yet. If that's the case, then yes, this stream may spoil the questions for you, which is what part of the conversation is talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you're not paying that much attention, then you should be, like, you're probably going to forget it by the time you go around to solve it. But just be aware, if you don't want to be spoiled, you probably should solve this before watching the stream. All right, let me also do one minor bit of re-angling here. Okay, cool, it's a little bit doable. And now I have practice test 7 up on my screen, and before I go, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything interesting. Okay, audio is good and video is good. and we can get going. All right, so practice test 7, here we go. By the way, I will only be doing the reading and writing. All right, question 1. Botanist Al Kowalski thrive in a wide and may endure changes in climate better. Survive, endure, adapt to. Yeah. Alterations, undergrow. Yeah, adapt to. All right, I predicted that one more or less. The water was so clear that, I mean, that just can just mean clear, almost invisible. We could see the plants and fishes. Yes. Easy peasy. I've actually never seen these. A gamma ray burst lasted for 200 seconds. I can't predict right now. Caused by a neutron. Typically last very long for a burst. Very long. An oddity for a burst generated by a merger of neutrons. Yes. Super long. So 1776, Ben Franklin. Okay, yep. Popular in France. This popularity helped him. Okay, this esteem, popularity. Cool. We didn't know much about the floor. At the time, we thought it was flat. So this is just an elaboration of the previous statement. Okay, a belief that is proven wrong. I just need yes, it was proven wrong in the next sentence. Okay. My prediction missed. I actually did not predict the correct answer on that one. So I had to go back and double check the passage and re-predict based on the second half of the passage for that particular answer. In the early days of television in the 40s, they would rely on financial support of, ads and commercials. Okay, got it. But they hesitated, especially at a time when the manufacturing was stalled due to World War II. So that's some context for this limitation. Context for a limitation. That's my prediction right now. My prediction doesn't really factor the last sentence. I did read the last sentence, but my prediction sort of ignores it for the moment. Oh, that's just bare though. Yeah. Hesitance. I don't know why that seems like a neologism. Anyway, moving on. I didn't really read A, C, and D because it has to be B. Moving on. Pteropods are small snails with thin shells. Got it. Vulnerable to acidification. Got it. Due to calcium carbonate shells. It dissolves at lower pH. Got it. Lower pH is acidic. Periostracum prevents the dissolution. Surprised that even when they can still mitigate by rebuilding the inner shell wall. So if this is an inference question, it's not. It's a main purpose question. The main purpose of this is to demonstrate how pteropods adapt against a particular weakness, or to elaborate on that. Nope. It could be conclusion. Findings. Okay, it's more like this though. Looking at all of dog. So dog says to present findings that suggest that a concern may be unwarranted. Good. That is absolutely correct. I'm just double checking bear. Nope, not calcium carbonate. Okay, off topic. Let's go. I didn't read A and C. I just read B and D only. Text 1, here we go. Little is known about how plate tectonics began. Some researchers contend that it began around 3 billion years ago because of simulations of the temperature would make it sufficient to move, okay? Ultimately, any plausible claim about the beginning of tectonic movements must rest on empirical, which is not simulations. Simulations are different from empirical. Analyze the geochemistry of zircon crystals to gain insight into the chemical composition. And 4.2. So yes. So yeah, empirical data. So text 2 would say that these researchers, I can guess what the passage is saying. The author of text 2 would say that these researchers are relying too much on non-empirical evidence that actually happened, that there's empirical evidence that happened much longer ago. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Different timeline. Correct. All right. Moving on. 2018. Immense aggregation of MR along a vent. Okay. Octopuses. Got it. Temperatures are high, much warmer than the usual in the area. They concluded that the temperatures confer reproductive benefits. Right, steamy time, sexy time. And the site is used exclusively. Okay, it's the sex bed for the octopuses. 6,000 adults, hatchlings, and eggs were observed, but no juveniles. Okay, it's like the adult club. All right, cool. No kids allowed. Which statement about M. robustus, MR, and the garden, the garden, it even sounds like a club, is best supported by the text? That it is, basically that, I'm just going to talk into the mic, into a camera, but basically that it's no children, lots of sex, hot temperatures, all right, hot water helps. I mean, I guess A could be it, but that's kind of weird. No, okay, I guess it has to be A, because of the juvenile, which I think, yeah, because hatchlings and eggs are present, but no juveniles, so that's the intermediary stage. So I can defend all of A. I could just go ahead and double check Bear. Can I defend all of B? The population remains stable. Nope. Eggs. Nope. Off topic. Feeding ground. Feeding ground. Off topic. Yep. All right. So yeah, it's A. 10. Let's go. No, dude, that was a sexy passage. Question 10 says conservationists are protecting ecosystems from, sure, and initiatives that rely on natural features can help with the habitat and biodiversity loss. Okay, got it. Blueback, they are trying to restore naturally occurring log jams. I don't know what log jams are, but log jams create shady pools. So log jams must be like wood dams, kind of, where the salmon can rest and spawn. All right, so we're trying to restore the log jams. Got it. The main idea is that the Quinault Indian Nation partnered with the Wild Salmon Center to restore log jams. Importance is a little bit off topic, but okay. I don't like A. B is weird because it doesn't. We don't really have. Oh, this is odd. Hang on, did I make a prediction? I did make a prediction. Oh, bro. Dude, is it A or okay? Now I realize that what's not as indicated by recent log jams is wrong focus, and then scientists now realize that nature-based conservation methods offer better. That comparison is not in the passage of. So a partnership between Quinault shows the importance. Now, importance is really awkward because it's not really there? It says initiatives that rely on natural features can help. Collaborative approaches is like, again, off topic. So nature-based approaches can be effective ways to achieve conservation goals. The problem is the word effective, which isn't fully defensible. Like, we can't really defend the word effective just because this is just what they intended to do. Okay, I guess the last sentence kind of is the effect. Bro. Okay, I mean, it has to be B, but I didn't like that question. Didn't like that question. Yeah, the effective is, it has to be, but I personally, that my prediction didn't match that one because I don't think the passage was written to be so general. Okay, I don't think that was the main. I don't agree that that was the main idea, but it's just the best. It's just the least worst answer. All right, likability ratings, ignoble traits. Okay, interesting. The more likable, the higher the ignoble traits. Huh, interesting. I don't fully understand, but that sounds surprising. Let's go and read this. Vignettes about fictive candidates, cool, like not Trump, but Drump, portraying them as embodying admirable traits or ignoble traits. Okay, got it. Ignoble traits were less likable. However, when you factored in the scores, except among the high ignobility, right? From 1 through 5 ignoble traits, if you're just sort of lukewarmly ignoble, then you are less likable. But if you are 6 or 7, if you're really high, and specifically if you're 6 or 7, then basically if you're Trump, then actually you're more likable. It's so funny. Okay, greater or less than 6. Wait, what? No, I'm looking for 6 or 7. 6, 5 or less, admirable. 6 or more, equally or even more likable. Yeah, that is exactly what I was looking for. I did not read A. I did not really read all of A. I didn't read any of C because I was looking for the numbers 6 and 7. So it just helped me to get to that answer. Puerto Rico, island, guinea pigs, 1700 years, domesticated much earlier than 1700 years ago in both Colombia and Peru. Okay, so further south. So were guinea pigs brought to Puerto Rico? Wait, what? Okay, I mean, probably brought, right? Ancient trade routes connected Puerto Rico with Colombia, but not with Peru. Okay, therefore, came from Colombia. Sure, that's a conclusion based off. Okay, there we go. We're trying to weaken this. Probably came from Colombia and descended. No, well, I guess the one prediction I can make to weaken this right away is that the Colombian guinea pigs came from Peru. Peru to Colombia to. All right. Let me look. That's my prediction. Let me see if they actually have that. Okay, no. Wait. Oh, well, that would. Okay, that's not what I predicted. A is not what I predicted, but it definitely weakens the claim. Less similar to ancient guinea pigs in Colombia than to ancient guinea pigs in Peru. Yeah. They're more similar to Peru. Got it. So this is just straight up empirical evidence falsifying this claim. 13. Let's go. I have 17 minutes left, so plenty of time. Which finding, if true, would most directly support? Oh, sorry. I don't even know why I'm reading that. Ad recall measures the memorability of ads. Okay. To provide info about the ad's memorability, we surveyed the memorability, and they drew on this survey, noted that different levels of cognitive engagement, for example, commenting versus clicking or liking. Commenting and sharing is higher tier. And higher cognitive engagement. So commenting, sharing improves memorability. And let's see if that's true. What would make that true? So just, yeah, people who commented or clicked more remember the ad more. Wait, interacted? Okay. Bro. Compared with users who clicked, commented. Yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. I did not even read D because C is exactly what I was looking for. Let's go. Number 14. Select rotating radio transients. Radio transients. They are rotating. There's 5 of them that were selected, and we have various data about them. And the weird one seems to be the second one. But let's go. A student is researching rotating radio transients. Rotating radio transients, RATs. These are stars, pulsar stars. Got it. The time between the pulses is a period. And so we're just going to focus on period. The student determines that the fourth one has the highest period, and the fifth one has the lowest period. Okay, let's go. Let's start with J121S53. Oh, okay, yeah. This is absolutely correct. 554. No, that is not absolutely correct. 150. Whoa. Oh, dude, this is just annoying to read. Got it. But that is incorrect. Okay, it's not predictable. I have to process eliminate. All right, here we go. 06403 has the shortest amount of time between consecutive. That is absolutely correct. That actually is the one I predicted. It's the flip side of what I predicted. That is correct. I did not need to read B and C. So we're moving on. Narwhals are shy whales that live in the remote Arctic Ocean. Some of them have a long tusk with sensitive nerves. Okay, yeah. Some have tusks. Narwhals are known for this tusk, but many actually don't have one. Its purpose is unknown. Got it. Possible purpose, okay. May help with the freezing or dangerousness of the water detection. But KL disagrees. She reasons that if they serve such an important purpose, then it's most likely that all of them, or more of them, would have horns. Tusks. Yes, that is what I predicted. What? That module was kind of easy, dude. The only hard one was like the main idea one. What the? Okay. That was sort of easy. All right, well, moving on. Zydeco, one instrument that gives Zydeco its sound. The Vest Frottar is a wearable washboard that is played. Yep. Featuring this stuff, the painting panorama matlu is inspired by the tradition of QS, a type of painting characterized by the use of correct. All right. In his, Pliny praised the catalog. For centuries, they dreamed about locating a copy of this legendary lost catalog. That fantasy became reality in 2022. Okay. With a blend of stuff Transitional design splits the... Okay. With a blend of traditional design elements and modern ones, transitional design splits the difference between old and new. It's weird because bear isn't technically wrong. B isn't wrong. But I guess you should just be biased towards the comma. Interesting. I've always taught this, but I've just not seen this on the digital SAT. Interesting that this came out. Bear is not wrong, by the way. It's also, but it's not stylistically good to choose bear. So yes, I'm gonna move on. Interesting. That's an interesting one, College Board. When a given industry carries high infrastructural costs that discourage competition, it often consists of just one or two suppliers. The industry consists... Okay. Even though there's a plural in the next sentence, this particular sentence was only talking about a given industry. Famous for its 4-degree tilt, the Leaning Garzenda Tower is a popular attraction. However, measurements show that the tower is rotating in a worrying way. As a result, they close the area. Okay, yeah. Oh, I predicted that. Exactly. I'll zoom in. Guard cells are specialized cells that are part of a plant's pores. They help regulate the amount of carbon dioxide. Furthermore, they help regulate. All right. Additionally, they help regulate. Cool. Duchamp intended his fountain to challenge conceptions. And in fact, did just that. Yep. Indeed. Correct. Wait, I just want to double check the other choices just because I'm curious what the... It's fine. I'm done. Next question. 2021 model developed by Zucker revealed that the same supernovas responsible for the local bubble are responsible for new stars. Okay. Interesting. I don't know this stuff, but got it. This model detailed how the bubble's expansion, specifically, this model detailed the expansion of the bubble trapped the clouds that became stars when they collapsed. Yeah, specifically. Okay, that was my perfect prediction. While researching a topic, we found the following notes. Musicians, protest songs, Aunt Molly Jackson, Poor Man's Farewell, Unlivable Wages, Dangerous Conditions in Kentucky Mines, Hugh Masekela, Bring Back Home. Okay, 2 examples. We want to contrast... Okay, I mean, the one is more about many people, and this one is more about a single person, and they are also separated by five decades, and they are different countries. Yep, that is Bear. Conclusion. Okay, we're looking for a conclusion. Tibetan Mastiffs. Mutation prevents hemoglobin. A different mutation boosts hemoglobin, oxygen carrying ability. Okay, so more like efficiency. So the dogs can withstand low oxygen. Okay, cool. Tibetan wolves have the same mutations as the mastiffs. Okay. By interbreeding. The conclusions... Okay. The conclusions is that the wolves have the same mutations as the mastiffs, and they got it via interbreeding. The Mastiffs got it from the Wolves. Interesting. Okay. Um, it could be B. Uh, I guess if you have to do conclusion, it has to be dog then, right? Because it's determined versus noted. Interesting. This is an interesting move, like where we're trying to figure out whether conclusion refers back to the note or to the determined, and so it has to refer to determined. But that's an unusual. That's an unusual way of. That's an unusual question, actually. I'm curious whether the College Board like will always do this, but very unusual. Oh, respectively, this is also false. Oh no, that's not false. My bad. It could be false. I just didn't double check. Yeah, no, it's not false at all. Yeah, this is just not the. Interesting. Interesting. Got it. I probably took too much time on it, mainly just because I was thinking about the format of the test and how College Board is messing with it. Obviously, I wouldn't linger that long on a real test, but I just wanted to satisfy my curiosity there. 27, last question, and then I'll check chat for any questions that you guys have. 27 says disadvantages of docked and dockless bike share programs. Okay, in docked bike sharing, they rented, yeah, correct, orderly and consistency, but space and money. Dockless, simple, inexpensive, flexibility, but disorganized. Dockless can be disorganized. Oh, we're trying to talk about disadvantages. Docked, so that's not disadvantage. We need the disorganized, but the money. What the? What? Okay. Disadvantages. All right. Disorganized. Got it. Okay, we're missing. Okay. Docked programs are more recent. So that's one disadvantage. Bro, are you? I'm. What? Okay. Uh, docked programs are, yeah, more expensive. Yeah. I guess this is the one that says challenges. So I guess that's. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm tripping, but okay. All right. Okay, that was. They're just being tricky there. All right, fine. Do I need to review any of these questions? I don't think so. I feel good. So I'll move on to. Oh no, I'll pause here and check chat. So, by the way, if you guys said anything to me in the last, like 30 minutes, I kind of didn't pay attention. So I'm gonna just do a quick skim. Why does my module 1 feel like module 2? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's because I'm talking. It just takes me more time to solve the thing when I'm talking. I would probably not take that long to solve it if I'm not talking. It just slows me down quite a bit. I don't know if the questions were that hard cognitively, except there were a couple that I just thought were interesting, so I kept thinking about them. And because of the divergence in the way that the College Board was structuring the questions. So I was like, oh, okay, they're kind of doing something new. And so I was sort of noticing that and, appreciating my questions here. But besides that, I didn't really, I didn't really, I don't know. Maybe I'm wasting time today just because it's been a long time since I've streamed. It's the first time I've streamed the test in a while, so sometimes it takes me a while to get into the rhythm. Also, I guess I slept a little less than usual, so maybe I'm just a little slower than usual. But I don't know. I wouldn't really worry too much. Module 2, I should be doing fine, even if I talk. So it looks like no one has any questions. So quick shout out. If this video has been helpful for you so far, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you'd like more similar content to this in the future, hit subscribe so you can get that notification and you can get your feed custom built for you. I also want to mention that I'm open to some ideas for what to do 2025 spring. Okay, in the next 4 months, we have the March SAT, the April school day SAT if you're in the US and your school supports that, the May SAT, and the June SAT. So you have potentially four opportunities to take the SAT in the next 4 months, and I am in a transitional period right now with my work where I'm kind of open to ideas for what kind of content you need in the next 4 months for 2025. So if you're watching this in a timely manner, if you're not watching this in 2027 or something, you're watching this in 2025, let me know what you need, and I might be able to accommodate you. So yeah. Oh, and somebody mentioned the Discord server. You can always also you can stay connected to me by joining the Discord server as well. Thanks, whoever that was Vic Shar. So thanks for mentioning that. All right, guys. Oh, and the link to the Discord server obviously it is down here. It's in the description below. All right, I have module 2 is actually getting started right now, so I'm going to go into module 2. At the turn, to alleviate, to rectify the situation. Okay, Lothar Rayner was a painstaking, intense, overwhelming, arduous, there we go, good, diadramus, migrate between freshwater and biomes, can be something to those that are merely more adaptable compared to. Unlike those, okay, I guess demarcated from those that are merely, yeah. Unlike is what I was predicting. That has to be right. I just double checked B, C, and D. Has to be unlike. It has to be A. One popular theory posits the propellant cloud Theia collided with Earth. Flinging. Okay, yes, got it. Until recently, Theia was unknown, but now unfound, but now we have found. Notional. Wow, I'm surprised that. Oh wow, that's a. We're challenging the vocabulary here. Okay. Unempirical, right? We didn't have empirical evidence, and then we just had a notion of it. The speaker is on a path in an outdoor setting. A slight wind shakes the seed pods of the tree, by the way. My thoughts are spent as the seeds. Got it? So we're making an analogy. My thoughts tear me. I dread their fever. I am scattered in. Okay. But now we're not sure if we're talking about a literal, but we are in a literal. Yeah. So this is the literal, and then the rest is a metaphor. So a change in the natural environment is implied for the misgivings. Yeah, this is actually absolutely correct. I wouldn't need to check B, C, and D, but might as well do it. It establishes, nope. Consistency off topic. Observation of occurrence that expands on. Oh, hang on. C could. We don't expand on the wind. Oh, interesting. But we do expand on the seed pods. My thoughts tear me. I dread the fever. I am. Okay. Okay, it's not responsible. Wow, I almost made a mistake there. Whew, whew. It is definitely C and not A. I almost was overconfident on A. Oh, that's not boding well. I might have been overconfident on some of the other questions too. I was way too confident on A, which in retrospect, A is clearly risky because of the word implies is responsible. Okay. Anyway, back to 6 now. Underlined sentence. Here we go. The BT depicts 75 feet, scenes, sorry, over 200 feet of fabric, joined together. Okay. It might have been their first time, and they got better over time. For example, the first join is a misalignment. Later joins are invisible. Okay, this is the evidence. This is the evidence for the argument. Yep, that has to be bare. Just double checking A and C and D. Good. The following text is from The Magic Mountain. Got it. 1995. Okay, that's just a translation. I'm just tripping here. The story of Hans Castorp. Not for his sake, but for the sake of the story itself, which seems to us to be very much worth telling. Is a story that took place long ago, covered with the patina of history, told with verbs whose tense of that of the deepest past. That's so funny. Okay, got it. What does it? The story happened in the past, deepest past, long ago, maybe kind of fictional, and it's worth talking about. Okay. Though it is true that even of the most interesting, what the? Okay. Um, okay. Bear makes sense, even though it's a story of a person with no particular importance. Got it. Its age and manner. But the story itself is important. What? That's backwards. I feel like that's backwards. Like all stories about the lives of inconsequential people. Okay, that's already right off to the wrong track. Remarkable story, good. Unremarkable person, good. The value accrues to the person at the center. Value accrues to the person at the center. That's very abstract. So I'm gonna interesting. I'm gonna just save time by going with dog and coming back to this later. Interesting. That was those are some hard answer choices, and I couldn't make a perfect prediction. I'm gonna just move on. I haven't had to do that in a long time. Early Earth is thought to be characterized by a stagnant lid tectonic regime, and I actually need to stop talking. This is gonna challenge me. I need to stop talking, dude. I'm like yapping too much now. Okay. Interaction between stagnant lid tectonic regime. Okay, got it. Tectonic plate regime. Okay. 3.2. Got it. Which finding would support the 3.2 billion years ago, we would have tectonic movements starting 3.2 billion years ago. Maybe, but it seems a little off because no, the lithospheric and mantle. Okay, that seems like not quite the right characters. Bare mantle-derived rocks showed more diversity. That's opposite. There's similarity to mantle-derived rocks. Positive correlation. The only problem is the word positive, which is makes it feel like it's the opposite, but that is kind of what I'm thinking. But this is exactly the prediction. Wow, what a time trap. What a time trap. Holy crap. This has to be the right answer. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm getting challenged right now. Almost all works. Time reference to the progression. Did I fully double check dog? I'm kind of rushing now. Manowar Ross younger than 13.2. That is not found in older. Oh man, that is absolutely correct. And what a time trap. Number 9. Almost all works of fiction contain references to progression of time. 2020. Observer pattern references shift in human behavior. Electric lighting. To time. 50,000 novels, centuries and cultures. The conclusion is electric lighting prompts mentions of time. Opposite. Okay, interesting. Could, but that's a very specific piece of evidence. It's kind of particular. Okay, bear is the right answer, but I feel like it requires some background knowledge, so it makes it feel a little funny. But we're moving on. Which choice most effectively uses data from the graph to complete the statement? Got it. ULE, population growth. Urban growth goes. Oh, I see. There's a discorrelation for this region 2. Interesting. Okay. ULE, urban land expansion, was more strongly influenced by population growth or by GDP. So ULE is more strongly influenced by the population for most situations. If true, this suggests the possibility that region 2 was more efficient. Okay, region 2 had a better efficiency. Okay. Declines in. Okay. Potentially that's true. C, more efficient. Okay, off topic. No. Okay, so there's comparison errors in B, C, and D. So I'm just gonna move on, and B is just off topic. So I'm gonna move on to A and wow, I am getting challenged, guys. I was not ready to be this challenged. China's imports by type 2000 2006. Okay, this is time. Got it. Ordinary goes up. Everything goes up. Everything's just going up. Why can't I zoom? All right. Processing with assembly and inputs. Got it. Capital. Which one is the one that requires capital? Expense capital is the inputs. Oh, resolved during the 2000s because the ones with inputs went up during the 2000s. Processing with imports rose much sharply. Okay, I mean, that's fair. Okay, moving on. Uh, the Uto Aztec language family. How much time do I have? Okay. Northern branch, Shoshone. Idaho, Southern. Nahuatl. Mexico. Okay, and this is within Uto Aztecan. The language of the Aztec Empire. Okay, lexical similarities across family. Botanical terms from descent from a single language. Got it. And the U.S. Southwest. Got it. Isn't shared between. Okay. Despite the universality. Okay, got it. That's interesting. Some linguists reason that my prediction is same family, but maize was taught or whatever, and okay, maybe I can't fully make a prediction here. Okay, it would be the opposite of what A would be. Different sources, but why at the same time? Really strange. Maybe, maybe bear, but that's kind of strange. Preceded the acquisition of the crops. Yeah, yeah, preceded the acquisition of the crop by the tribes. Yeah, they split off first, and then they got the crop. Yeah, I guess that's basically what I was thinking, but I just couldn't formulate that in my head into words. Oof, painful. Here we go. 1974, instant mural, ASCO. Woo! To an outdoor wall. Constraint. Valdez and the woman faced. But what about the male guy, Sandoval? Okay. It's not about constraint. Chicano artists were restricted to social historical muralists. Non muralists, like ASCO's members, even exhibit their work. Okay. All the evidence allowing us to conclude that actually it's more likely that it was to focus on not social constraints uh, of woman, but on the constraints of art. Okay, A can make some sense, but that is what I was actually predicting. No, social historical mural is depicted. But not the depictions. That is messed up. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Got it. Ooh, my brain is working, but I do feel like my brain's working a little slower than usual. An analysis minted in, by the way, that took me a lot of time. A more recent coin has much more copper. And these are not good for trade. And 367, there was probably a crisis, which is relieved. Decision 2, just artificially increase the amount of silver. No, not similar to 367. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time because I didn't get any answer from any of those. Reveals a change in their composition over time. Okay. Oppressive financial obligations. Proclaim that the percentage of silver in coins suitable for trade. Higher is the opposite. Okay. Keep the amount of silver, but decrease their weight. But why I don't feel like we got weight. Like unless we're supposed to just know what is heavier, so I'm gonna stop. Heavier coins with the wait. I'm gonna weight keeps coming out. $367. Fund the mining of some copper deposits. I'm assuming they don't. I'm not supposed to know if silver or copper is heavier than the other. Therefore, I'm being forced to choose dog through process elimination, and I'm going to move on and come back later. Wow. Dude, this is hard. Okay. Toyin uses black ink pens to create highly detailed. Okay. Her portrait of Smith is displayed. Got it. Known a government body, Iceland's parliament. Yep. As the 14th librarian, these include more than 60 million items. Managing the copyright and appointing. Correct. Okay. List of 3. And recently unearthed Neronian tools in France dating to, okay, may provide evidence that interactions between X and Y occurred 10,000 years earlier than was previously supposed. finding that if true, a finding that if true would overturn. Correct. Digital artist Jung Chen, okay, to manifest the warm signature of work, comma though, she occasionally relies on the opposite. Okay, yeah. Chondrites are stony meteorites that are undifferentiated, not melted and separated. They are hardly pristine, though. Wait, they are undifferentiated but not pristine. Yeah, okay. That the geographic center of North America was conceded by all involved. However, yes, okay. This you have to use a semicolon because it's a different idea. 22. Following the war, foodways went transformed, fueled in part by these demands, the demand, and the cultivation. In particular, that's an example for certain grades in particular. Okay, got it. Zooming in now because I'm moving into transitions at this point. When printing paper money for, yep. Benjamin Franklin took steps to combat, sure. Specifically, he stamped the notes. For example, steps. Alternative. Hang on. Wait, we already have examples, so it's kind of this is moreover. It's a different one. Okay, I didn't see the moreover earlier. I was thinking moreover. I didn't say it out loud. My bad. But I was thinking moreover. I just didn't see it. And whatever. Let's move on. Sedimentary rocks, sedimentologist. Okay, what type of scientist? She is a, or he or she is a sedimentologist. Year of completion, correct, 1930. Wow, we're getting a bunch of easy synthesis questions. That's because the questions on the reading side were so hard. Overview of the study's findings. IR was found to be consistent across 17 languages. Bits per second. But maybe not so consistent for the SR. So anyway, an overview is that the 2021 study found that IR was consistent and SR had some range, had some variance. Information at the same rate. Okay, I'm gonna just eliminate, okay. It's 27. Einstein's argument, historical context, 1927. Preeminent scientists, quantum theory, debate, Einstein, Bohr. Probable until observed. Independent of observation. Bohr 1. Historical context was 1927, 29 of the emerging quantum theorists. We want to place the argument in context. I mean, I guess, okay. We want to place, I mean, that is his argument, and there is some context. Not a lot of context, but it's some context. But it's enough to be correct. During the dawn of quantum theory. Oh, but that's better. I guess I was just lazy with the. That is better. Gives me the before and the after. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. With only 3 minutes, I can only focus on these two. So let's go. And I feel like, man, that was a rough test, dude. Let me stop talking. Let me focus on this. I'll tell you what the heck is going on here. But I wasn't 100% confident on some of the other ones too. But I just had to move on. We're strongly suggesting about the story of Hans Castorp something. It is his story. Not every story happens to everybody. Oh, I'm actually disagreeing with my original answer. It took a long time ago and is covered with the patina history. And because it has a certain way of being, it has to be told a certain way. Okay. Stories of even the most okay. Even though it is a story of person, okay, correct. Its age and manner, and the manner therefore must be told. Are both indicated the story itself is important? Wait, that's kind of backwards, right? For me, I think that's backwards. If College Board goes with this, I'm kind of pissed. Which seems to be very much worth telling. That's the story itself is important. I don't like the last. Are both indicators that the story itself is important. I really dislike that. But I'm gonna stick with B for now. Like all stories, this is so general. Like all stories about the lives of inconsequential people. What? That analogy does not come anywhere. But the rest of the sentence makes sense. Okay. The value accrues to the person at the center? No, man, the value not for him. Not for him. It is his story. The value doesn't accrue to him. That's not what I would have said. The value of the story, some of the value accrues to the person at the center. Like, it's just his story. That's not the value accrues to him. I am process eliminating to B, but bro, I dislike B. I dislike B. Jeez. And this one now, with 30 seconds, I'm basically guessing, but we have nothing about weight here. So change in composition, 89, 90, okay. Yellowish. Coins with the silver content below, unsuitable for trade. Bro, that's so off topic. It can't be D. But I just did not have the time for. I got at least one question wrong. Oh, dude, I have multiple feelings here. Okay. Oh my god. I yes. Jeez. I multiple feelings, and it's kind of responding to what AP Tech is talking about. But you know what? Let's take a quick break. I want to stretch, okay? I want to stretch and I'll be back in less than 5. I'll be back in like 2 minutes actually. Just 2 minutes, but oh, so annoyed. But I'll explain what I'm feeling after my 2-minute break, okay? BRB. All right, guys, I'm back, and uh, I, dude, I gotta say that was pretty insane. So, uh, couple feelings. All right, I'll start with the more immediate feeling. The more immediate feeling is the feeling of the person that just took the test. I'm annoyed. Okay, I'm annoyed because um, I didn't get straight up to panic level. Okay, but I also didn't really hold to my own principles to some extent. There was a bit of not panic per se, but there was a bit of rushing happening. And the reason that it was happening probably was because I didn't like I'd have to go and rewatch and figure out what exactly was happening, but my gut feeling says that I didn't really commit to actually predicting my answers. Okay? I was a little lazy with my predictions. Uh and why was I lazy with my predictions? If I have an excuse, my excuse is that I was talking too much. And why was I talking too much? If I have a reason for that, then maybe the reason I was talking too much was because I'm sleepy, and because I'm sleepy, I'm trying to talk to wake myself up to figure out what the passage is saying. Um, and why am I sleepy? Then we're not going to get into that part of the territory. Uh, but because of all of that, and maybe some other factors that were at play, okay, I think I was a little fatty with my test taking, and I wasn't aggressive enough with predictions. And I think what that made me do was it made me rely a lot more on process elimination than usual. I think if you compare this stream to previous streams, you'll notice a pretty noticeable difference in the amount of process elimination that I'm doing. Whew. So that was fun. Okay, so that's my first feeling. My first feeling is frustration that I didn't execute on my own principles. Okay. The second feeling I'm feeling is actually fun and enjoyment, and I'm kind of laughing actually at this whole situation because I like the challenge of a harder test. I enjoy harder tests, and this makes me more excited to take harder tests. Okay, although practice tests 8 and 9 and 10 are going to recycle some old questions. Hopefully, it uses enough new questions that it would still feel like a challenge to me. So I am actually feeling some excitement. And that's my second feeling. And the third feeling that I'm feeling right now is relief. Because as a teacher of English and as somebody who pays attention to the statistics in America about how kids are just reading and worse and worse and worse, I am very dubious of educational philosophies that are basically wanting to abolish objective measures of objective and standardized. I mean, even if it's not fully objective, like standardized measures of achievement in reading and writing. And so I'm really happy that the SAT is harder as a teacher, right? So I'm no longer talking about it from the standpoint of a test taker. So I'm relieved that the Blue Book is giving us harder questions. And that's the third feeling. Because as a teacher, I think we need that in this world. But going back to the test taker, man, I'm kind of annoyed. So somebody asked me score predictions. My score prediction is 780 for reading writing. Because I feel like I might have made two mistakes. Two mistakes. And I'd be thankful if I only made two mistakes. Conservatively, I feel like I might have made three mistakes. And if we assume that this curve is kind of aggressive, we have a sort of mean curve with three mistakes, dude. If it's a super mean curve, it'd be like 750, but I don't think the test is easy enough to be that mean. So 770, I would say, yeah. But I'm thinking 780. I have like 70% confidence that 780 right now. So we'll see what happens. Oh, bro, that was painful. God, that is painful. All right, so that's my score prediction. And that's my pre-reflection before seeing the score. So let's actually see the score. I'm going to log into my College Board account first on my computer. I'm not going to show that to you right now. I'm just going to log in first. And then and then you'll see my score. Just 1 second. Okay, I need to submit this test. I need to also sign in. Okay. That's the wrong. Oops. Okay, this is oh, come on, practice 8 or practice 7, practice 7, practice 7. Practice 7, 780. I got exactly what I predicted. So annoying. Oh my god, so annoying. I got exactly what I predicted, and I'm so annoying. I mean, sorry, I'm so annoying. I'm so annoyed. God. Okay, let's look. Let's look. I got full bars on everything, so I got two wrong. Exactly what I predicted. I got two wrong. Okay, so module 1, I did perfect on module 1. Oh, that's surprising. What was 7? Oh no, isn't that the one that I? Yeah, bro. Okay. So I said I hated B. I really disliked B because it was backwards, and number one, I'm fucking glad that College Board does not think B is the correct answer. Because like I said multiple times, there's no evidence, okay, for this last line. There's no evidence for this last line, right? So the correct answer is D, which I chose initially from process elimination. I hate D too, but not, but okay. I get. I really don't think they. Okay, I'm struggling to articulate the conflict that I had. Okay, but I do have the words. All right, here are the words. B is straight up logically wrong. Okay, so I shouldn't have chosen B. D is verbally ambiguous. The value accrues to the person. And what is the evidence that the value of the story accrues to the person at the center? It's literally these 4 words. It is his story. So, can we make the verbal connection that the value accruing to the guy is the fact that it is his story? According to College Board, yes, you can make that claim. According to me, I thought that it was highly ambiguous. Okay? Did not like that wording. But it's also true, I have to admit, this is not logically a valid thing to say. So, should I have gone for the verbally ambiguous answer, or should I have gone for the logically incorrect answer? I should have probably, actually, this is just generalizable, and not probably. All of us should always go, if you're stuck between one thing that is logically incorrect versus verbally ambiguous, you need to be like, well, College Board will never make a logic mistake, but they may make some verbally ambiguous choices. So if I have to choose one of the 2 evils, the lesser of the 2 evil would be the verbal ambiguity. You should not choose the logically invalid answer choice, which is what I think in a moment of frustration I just chose bear. But yes, dude, I shouldn't have chosen bear. Okay, I am admitting that right now. I should not have chosen bear. I should have chosen dog. Okay, so got that one wrong, and I think 14 was actually the other one that I was looking at. Yeah. I kind of knew dog was wrong. I was just I just needed time to process it. But like the thing that I thought was messed up about dog is I feel like it requires, so by the way, I haven't checked the correct answer yet. So I'm actually I don't know what the correct answer is yet. Maybe it was on my screen, but I didn't see it. Okay. But I think the thing that is messing me up with this passage is that I don't think I've ever mentioned weight. So am I supposed to know whether silver is heavier than copper? By the way, gut feeling tells me silver is heavier than copper. Okay? That's what gut feeling tells me. But does the College Board actually expect me to know that? Weird and unusual. Now, if they do expect me to know that, then I have an answer. I know what the answer is. An analysis by these guys reveals a change in composition. Okay. High silver to below 80% silver at the end of Balsalem II's reign. Now, we have Abdestart the First's reign that happens after this time. And we're having basically below 80% silver coins, which are unsuitable for trade. So we're expecting that a crisis of confidence in the currency occurred at B's reign, B the second's reign. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm messing up the dates. This is 450. All right, my bad. We're messing. Yeah. Okay. So we got this reign. Despite the oppressive financial obligations, which means they can't suddenly make more silver. Okay. As a result, it was relieved. We relieved the crisis because we made the coins feel equally heavy. Oh, what? No. Yeah, not 367. That's terrible. The amount of silver consistent. Oh, wait. This is stupid. This is actually easy. Okay. I mean, sorry, my bad. I actually overthought this one a bit. But this happens on the real test. Yeah. I mean, it has to be B. And this is so stupid. This is just a ratio question hiding in inferences. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. This is a far easier question than I was giving it credit for. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Vikshar, you got it. You guys, actually, all of you guys. Jeez. That is a way easier question than I was giving it credit for. It's a stupid question. It's a dumb question. It's not even a hard question. It's just a stupid ratio question. It's just like, do you know what happens when you decrease the denominator or whatever? Oh my god. Yeah, I was maybe, you know what? It's funny. It's funny because this is the kind of mistake that happens when you are respecting this might sound like the opposite of the advice I usually give, by the way, but so I will say this is very conditional. This is very conditional advice, okay? But you are likely to make the same mistake I made of fearing a question too much, okay? Of respecting a question too much instead of seeing it for what it is when you are panicking. So the advice here is not to assume that a question is harder than it really is. But why is it that you make that assumption that a question is harder than it actually is? It's because you're already rushing. It's not because of question 14. Okay? It's not because of question 14. It was because of questions 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8, and 7. I was already in the wrong mental space when I was at question 14, and I was respecting it too much instead of elbowing it, instead of pushing it around, instead of just like reminding myself that I'm good at reading. And probably I would have done better if I just, I don't know, if I just relaxed my muscles and just breathed a little bit and just just predicted the answer. Yeah, man. Wow. This is an easy. Yeah, I should have taken a breath here at this question, and I should have just, yeah, I should have just looked at B slowly and gone through my usual. If I can't predict the thing, I should have just, yeah, I should have just gone through my process of elimination slowly, defending each part. And I would have eventually figured out that B is absolutely correct. All right. Well, that's it for me. For Module 2. Actually, should I skim any of the other ones? Nah, it's all good. So let me just reply to chat real quick. I still did pretty well in terms of the scaled score, because College Board has now composed the test in such a way that there's more hard questions. So that means you're not penalized the ridiculous like 30 points anymore for a single question wrong, which I was complaining about ever since the beginning. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that we have a hard test, like a proper hard test. It's good. It's good for the long-term future of just students who actually want to improve at stuff. And I can take any questions now that you have in chat, but I will just say, if this video was helpful for you, please hit that like button to tell the YouTube algorithm what kind of stuff you like, but also to help me out and help expand my reach with these YouTube videos. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button to get notifications for future videos. And also, if you'd like to support the work that I'm doing for free for you guys in my off hours, then consider joining my channel membership. I do weekly members-only streams where we can chat pretty much privately about whatever's on your mind, including your school GPA concerns, your academics. We can talk about, sentences or paragraphs that you're writing, or for your essays. We can talk about books that you're reading, whatever. All right, let's just scoop up some of these questions that are coming my way. So, do I plan to take a future test? So, AP Tech, I was going to go to the States initially this spring, but it looks like I will not just be able to go to the States this spring. So what I will try to do is see if I can take the March SAT in Thailand. And if I can, then if they let me, then I'll just do it. But if they don't let me, then I probably won't be able to take the sit-down test this spring at all. And if it's not, yeah, so that's just to quickly answer your question. There is a chance I'll take it in October, but the problem with October is that I'm usually teaching classes until literally the day before the October SAT. So, and I'll be in Korea. So if they don't let me take it in Thailand, they almost certainly won't let me take it in Korea. So they only allow adults in the States to take it for reasons that I understand. It makes sense to me because of like the potential for cheating. I get it. I mean, that's not me. I'm not the one here cheating, but I get it. So I am, I'm sort of just, I'm not gonna prioritize taking the real test. I'll just take it if I can. For vocabulary, the strategy for harder vocabulary questions, besides just knowing the vocab, besides just improving your vocabulary, is to have good predictions. I wasn't particularly challenged on the word and context questions, but I did slow down on some of the passages sometimes before making my prediction, and that prediction was able to land me on the correct answer right away. Even if your prediction doesn't land you on the correct answer right away, as long as you have the right prediction, you should still be able to eliminate 3 out of the other 4 answer choices. And that will help you get to the correct answer, even if you don't personally know the vocabulary for the correct answer. Like in this practice test, we had the word notional. You might not know the word notional, right? It's not super hard to derive or kind of infer what the meaning of notional might be, right? It's not super hard as long as you know the word notion. But as long as you have the right prediction, you can eliminate the other 3, and then you can kind of infer what notional means and be like, I guess that makes sense, and then you can still choose it, right? So the most important thing with word and context questions is to have the right prediction in the first place. If you have the wrong prediction in the first place, it doesn't matter if your vocabulary is amazing, you're going to still get the wrong answer. Yep. And any books I'm reading right now, I got hard stuck on Lolita, but it's actually not because of the book. It's because of just circumstances in my life. So just other things were happening. I got sick, and then my girlfriend came from Korea to Vietnam. So just things were happening in my life that got me super busy. So I had to drop the reading for this week. But I'm going to finish off Lolita probably in the next week or 2. All right, guys. Thanks for chatting with me and asking me any questions. Some of you may have felt a little bit awkward just asking questions in this sort of like public forum. If you want to ask more questions, it'll still be public-ish, but less public. You can join the Discord server and chat in our SAT channels there. And I check the SAT channels. I check the Discord server like once or twice every working day. So just drop by, ask your questions there, or drop them in the comments in the YouTube video for the next week or 2. I'll probably be replying to this particular video. All right, guys. I think I already shared my lessons, but basically stick to the principles. Don't panic. Predict, match. If you can't get a match, do some process elimination. If you still can't eliminate your way to the right answer, then just bookmark it, move on. I executed my plan maybe like 80% of what I wanted, but I was just a little panicky, a little bit rushing, and I think that's largely because I was just out of practice. So it's also important to have a second lesson, which is, hey, don't underestimate the value of just being practiced, of being warmed up, of being used to taking the test, because I think that gives you confidence as well. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep on learning, keep on growing. Peace.